All right, gang, let's dive right into it. Welcome to another edition of Webinar Wednesday. We've made it through another few weeks together. It's great to be with everyone here today. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. I am Jason there on the left, and we are lucky to be joined by David Rockland, the digital strategist here at Brilliant Directories, and so much more. David, thank you so much for taking the time for joining us in the webinar today.
Hey, everybody. Glad to be back with you for another Webinar Wednesday. We've got a great tip of the week coming up that should be helpful for every membership website owner, whether you're just starting out with your site or you've had it going for a while. So looking forward to that.
All right, good stuff there, David. And I always like to mention, if you're not already a member, please feel free to join us in our Facebook group. It is free to join. You can head on over to brilliantdirectories.com/Facebook. It's a really great way to keep in touch in between Webinar Wednesdays. Lots of constructive conversations there every morning. People posting questions, strategies, and how-to questions. I'm very active there myself, and it's also a great place. That's the first place we post new updates made to the platform. That's in the Facebook group. So if you have a moment, go ahead right now and head on over to brilliantdirectories.com/Facebook. We'll wait for you to join, and we'll meet you back here in the webinar. All right, and again, I do see a lot of new names and faces out there, so welcome. Just a little bit about Webinar Wednesday. It's a great way for us to kind of show you some of the newer features that are built into the platform, but more specifically, the features that can help you grow your community a bit faster. We like to cover topics such as how to increase your traffic, converting visitors into members, and some of the new ways to improve the navigation on your site for your members. So if you have questions on any of these topics or anything about your membership website, please save them. We'll try to get to as many questions as we can in today's webinar. All right, and the team has been busy here with quite a few lab updates to share. I'll do my best to stream through these relatively quickly, and we'll start there right at the top with the ability to now manage your support tickets directly from your admin area. And I think this is really a big step. It can help you get in touch with our support team a little bit quicker while you're actually working in your admin area. So I'd like to show you two places in the admin now where you can create a support ticket and also find help documentation. All right, so here we are in the admin portal, and actually for most of us who already have our site's website, not too important, but we have updated our getting started videos as of last week. So for newer members there, these videos are more up to date to match some of the aesthetics and changes made in the admin area. So first thing, there is actually an updated Help Center pop out here. It's pretty cool. Depending on the page you're on, you'll see suggested articles for that page. And you can also search the entire support center here. So we'll just say delete members and see what comes up. It's going to just search the entire knowledge base. So here's an article on how to bulk delete members. So you can actually click to view the full article in the actual support center with that link there, and it'll take you there. But you can also read the article here. And I didn't know this. I just found this out today. You can actually click on the images here, and it will enlarge the images there, making it a bit easier to see and what they look like. If you scroll down and you found the article helpful, you can click helpful. If not, you can go back and search for a more relevant article for what you're looking for. But this is the cool part. You can click on not helpful, and it'll go ahead and create a support ticket for you. It'll know who you are based on the username that you're logged into the admin portal with, and it also knows the website you're currently working on. So you can go ahead and create a support ticket here. And one of my favorite things with this is you can actually include screenshots or upload attachments here as well. So that's pretty cool there. And then more importantly, in the kind of the dashboard portal under your My Account here, there are three key links here as well. View My Websites, View My Tickets, and Create a New Ticket. The View My Websites was introduced a few webinars back, and this is the portal where you can view one or multiple websites that you have and are managing on the platform. So you would see a row of them here. Here's also more of the quick start guides that we've updated. But what you can do once you're here is right here in the main menu, those same links are repeated. You can view your tickets. I have some sample tickets here. So with this account, I've created some sample tickets. So this is tied to your email address that you use to log into the admin area. Any tickets associated with that email address would display here. So if you have any open tickets, you can click on View Ticket. And again, these are just some sample tickets here. And you can reply to your ticket, you can view your ticket, or you can close your ticket. Pretty simple. In a phase 2, for the replies, we're going to be adding the ability to add attachments in your replies. Right now, it's just text. So in the meantime, if you do need to send attachments, you can always reply to the email response that you're getting for these tickets in your inbox. So hopefully we'll have that pushed next week, but this is really cool. You can see all your tickets here. And then, of course, this link up here is where you can create a new ticket. And what's really nice about this page is if you do have multiple websites here, you can select them from the drop-down, or you can simply select, the issue doesn't involve a specific website. Maybe it's an account question. So that's there now for everyone. All right, next on the list, we've added some additional search filters in the search members page of the admin area. Pretty cool stuff. You can search members who have no top or sub-level category assigned to their profile. You can search members by their profile URL or a portion of the URL. And you can also check multiple membership plans at a single time when you're searching for members. Let me show you how that works. All right, let's get back to my websites. We'll log back into the admin portal for this site. And this is going to be under members and search members. Okay, great. So I'll start backwards here. So the top and sub-level categories, you can always search members who have a specific top or sub-level category. Now you can actually search members who do not have a top-level category assigned. I'll just do a quick search here on this site. And this is really helpful because what you can do with this is create smart lists. And that lets you, and then you can email these people like, hey, it looks like you don't have a top level category assigned. So let's actually do that together. Let's create a smart list and say the nickname will be no top level category. And it's a dynamic list. So once members add top level categories, they're going to be automatically removed from this list because they no longer meet the filter criteria for that. Okay, great. And so we have a smart list for that if we ever want to send a newsletter to them. And then the next thing is if you search members by their subscriptions or membership plans, before you can only search by one plan. So you could search all your premium members. Let's do a quick search for premium members, and let's remove the no top level category assignment. And let's search. Okay, great. So we search for one membership plan, and there are 15 results. Now let's search for 3 of them together. So bronze, claimed, and premium. So maybe we have a cluster of higher tiered plans. And again, maybe you want to make a smart list out of those higher tiered plans so you can, email them or just know who those people are in one group. So we can see it was 15 and now we have 10,000 results. I guess most of the people on this site are part of the bronze plan. Let's actually remove that and search just premium and claimed. Great. So there's 17 members who are either a premium or claimed listing plan. And again, you can go ahead and create a smart list from a filter like this if you wanted to. Now the last thing, I'm going to show you two benefits of this. Let's go to Enrique Price's sample page here. These are just some sample profiles we have here. Okay, great. So we could see his URL here because now you can search members by their URL. So let's just search for we'll do half price and half home services here. And I'll clear all these. Okay, so let's search by the URL. You could do it right in the name field here. And here he is. Now I mentioned this in the Facebook group. When members sign up to your site, and even if they verify their email address, a temporary profile URL is created for them. Sometimes members, in rare cases, will sign up for free, verify their email address, and add absolutely nothing else. In that case, a profile URL is generated by the system for them. The URL is something like pro, and then a timestamp of the date and time that they signed up. So it'll be the year, the month, and a series of numbers. So if we ever want to find members who have basically pro and 20 in their URL. These would be people who have not even saved a first name, last name, or company name to their listing. These are people who have effectively abandoned their profile from the sign up process, but we either want to reach out to them or we want to get them off our books from the site. So what you can do is create a smart list of these people. I don't know if there's any on this sample site here, but let's just do a quick search. There are some here, and we can see that these are inactive members, probably test signups that happen. In this case, they haven't even verified their email address. So what we might want to do is either create a smart list from these people, and we'll say never saved member information. So I can create a smart list from, I can email all of them, say like, hey, it looks like you never came back to our site, try, come back. Or the easiest thing if you want to clean your books is just you can bulk delete these members. So I would just select a bulk action and just remove them. Just double check that they are in fact kind of like test members or people who have abandoned their sign up and they're not actually real members. Someone might have it could be this Pro 20 could be part of a real URL that they might have part of their string. It's not always it's people who haven't completed their profile. So just some tips there, and new search member filters there. Pretty awesome. This next one is a quality of life update. In the admin area under edit post settings, you can now click directly to see the group of posts related to that post type. This would be under my content, edit post settings. And once your post settings are set up, you don't normally come to this area, but in some cases you might. We do show you how many posts are under each post type, so digital products. In this case, let's look at blog articles. There are 6, and this used to just be a badge, but now it is clickable. This was a suggestion from the Facebook group, so thank you very much. And it takes you directly to your Manage Post page, and it's pre-filtered for blog articles, so we can see the 6 blog articles here. All right, next on the list, you now have the ability to copy text label variables and also restore the default text labels. So again, just a little bit more quality of life update here. You can go to settings and text labels. And we can see here what the system variable is. So if you wanted to use the text label in coding or on a page, you can quickly copy the text label here. And then you could paste it if you needed to into a page or your code. So it'll kind of reduce user errors in typing these out manually. And if you wanted to, you could always restore the default value, clicking this kind of this sync icon here. And it'll just confirm your action and it'll just reset it there. When you do that, you still need to save your changes. So in case you do that by accident or just messing around with it and you wanted it previously, just refresh your page. Don't save your final changes. All right, this one I'm really, really excited about. It's going to be a 2-phase update. Phase 1 is complete. You can now view more statistics about each post in the Manage Posts area. So we can head on over there together, and let's go to Manage Posts. And I think I have a post that has some good stats with it. Let me go to the website blog articles here. Okay, perfect. So what we have here are more indicators. Here's an example of just a sample post. If you have the Profile Analytics or the Bookmark My Favorites add-on, and the post has views as well as any bookmarks, if anyone saved or liked the post, you can now see the count here. And then also if the post has any comments, if you're using the community comments feature and the post has comments, you can see it here as well. So phase 1 was getting the data to display here. In phase 2, what's really cool is we're going to add a sort by option so you can sort your posts by most views, most bookmarks, most comments, and that'll kind of give you a pulse as to the content that's most popular on your site or that visitors are interacting with the most. So we're excited to do that, and that might lead to a phase 3 where you'll be able to click to the comments, you'll be able to see which members bookmarked a specific post, and then we also want to extend this eventually to the search members page. Again, with the Profile Analytics add-on, is showing you here just a quick stat of how many profile views the member has. So that's a really good retention tool if the member is thinking about canceling. Having that profile analytics gives you a little bit of data in your back pocket that you can kind of share with them to show them the value of their listing if it ever comes to that. All right, and then the last thing also shared in the Facebook group, again, more quality of life updates here, the ability to drag your homepage sections. And it's better for me to show you this than explain it. This is going to be in the design settings. And under homepage, what this is with regard to are the additional sections of your homepage. So on your homepage, you have your hero section, and then you can stream additional content on your homepage. And prior to now, if I wanted to move, for example, my newest blog articles to be at the top, I'd have to manually move the sections one by one, which is fine, but a bit cumbersome. And again, thanks to your suggestions in the Facebook group, under the enable additional sections here, so there's section 1, 2, 3, 4. Before I'd have to just change each one and move them down. Now I can move section 5 to the number 1 spot. I can move streaming members to the last spot and just kind of move them around like that. So let's just save the changes here. So streaming articles should be there and members should be last. And we can test that out. So these members should be last after this saves. Okay, and just refresh the home page. Great. So the member articles are at the top now, and the recent members are at the bottom. So pretty self-explanatory there, but that is now available so you can configure your homepage a bit quicker there. Some cool items coming down the line. We've been mentioning these, and they're just on the cusp. Better design for newsletter, as well as how we present you stats with the campaigns that you send. Additional custom content on home pages. I can actually go back here. Right now with your home page, you can select one thing for custom homepage content. We're going to change this from 1 to 5 options for custom content on your homepage. So you can have custom content in section 1, and then stream events, stream coupons, and then you can, if you wanted to, have another custom content section in section 4, and so on. So you're going to have up to 5 custom content modules for your homepage if you wanted to use that. We are continuing to work on Google Pagespeed updates. Round 1 was completed last month in May, organizing and delivering JavaScript and CSS a bit more efficiently. And now we're working on 2 more things: the response times, initial response times that the sites load with, and also deferring image loading using lazy load images. Those 2 things should dramatically improve scores across all BD sites. So we're excited about that. Additionally, the ability to exclude smart lists when you're sending newsletters. Right now, you can choose smart lists to include when you're sending newsletters. You can also choose to exclude newsletters, give you a little bit more granular control over the contacts receiving an email. We're improving the workflow for matching member leads. And as always, we're just continuing to push more and more updates. And especially thank you guys for all the suggestions in the Facebook group. It's really helping to shape the product nicely. So thank you so much. All right. Well, that was a mouthful. Before we move on to the tip of the week, maybe we can, if anyone has any questions about these updates, we could take a question or 2. Or comments are fine as well. All right, we got Colette. How are you, Colette?
Hi, Jason. I'm well. How are you?
We are doing great here. Thank you so much. What's a question or comment about the updates?
Good. Well, I was interested to see this because I submitted a ticket about half an hour ago, so it's perfect timing. Under the search members in the admin panel, you can search by top category and then subcategory, but not sub-sub, which is a pity because I want to search for all builders and make a smart list. But I can only get to trades and services and not get into the subcategories there. Is this a possibility of adding to that?
I don't think it's a possibility. I think it's something we should definitely do, that you mention it, because when you select your top level category, so when the sub-level categories only populate when you do your top level categories. So it would only naturally make sense to, after you select a sub-level category, the system does support sub-sub levels. So having that there, I'll make a note here, and we'll see about putting that in the mix for an upcoming push. So Thank you so much, Colette.
Great
suggestion there.
Thanks, Jason.
You're welcome. All right, so lots of lab updates. Thank you all for your suggestions. And we have a pretty awesome tip of the week here. David, you created this here. We were talking back and forth a bit, and we thought it'd be a good idea to get back to fundamentals. So if it's okay with you, may I pass it over to you, David?
Yeah, definitely. So the majority of websites here are successful, but some websites never seem to get off the ground. So we thought we would kind of take everything back to the basics, down to the ground level, and address some reasons why some websites may not get off the ground. Oftentimes, it can be solved using simple solutions. So hopefully we'll help give you guys some ideas whether your website has been a success or it hasn't. If it's a new website or a website that's been online for quite a while already, we should have some interesting ideas and solutions in here that maybe you can implement into the management of your website. So the first slide here, don't spin your wheels. As I mentioned, some sites never seem to get off the ground, just like any business or any venture. But the majority of sites here do. But we've noticed a few things in common with the websites that don't. So we wanted to address those and hopefully change that in the future. So some of the most popular reasons why websites might not get off the ground is due to perpetual, never-ending development, kind of getting stuck in this development loop where they feel a need to keep iterating and making changes to the website prior to launch in order to make it perfect. And that's a good goal to have your website perfect. But when you're first launching, that's not always necessary, and oftentimes it can be a hindrance. This kind of goes right in with overthinking website features or benefits to include in your membership plans. Obviously, you do want to have a solid foundation when you're launching, but the goal initially shouldn't be to get it 100% absolutely perfect. As long as you have the basics down, you can launch, you can get great early feedback, which we'll talk about coming up in this webinar, and that can help you move forward with your website and make some great improvements. Other than the features side of things, maybe you do have all the features and benefits and everything that your target demographic is looking for in a website or a membership community. But maybe those benefits and features just aren't being communicated effectively to them. So that could be something to address and look into. On the opposite side of that, maybe your website isn't totally meeting the needs of your target demographic. It's really important to put yourself in the shoes of your prospective members and really understand what exactly it is they're looking for in a membership community or whatever product or service it is that you're offering. So as long as you can you have a complete understanding of what they're looking for and you're able to effectively message that to them, then that should be a winning combination. And you might have that, and you might have the website built and online, but maybe your members just aren't signing up. Maybe they just don't know about your website, so that might be due to a lack of marketing, something very simple. So we'll address that as well. The big key thing here, though, is even if your site isn't 100% ready prior to launch, you should still go ahead and launch it as long as you have the basic groundwork done. And then you can get some great early feedback from your website visitors, your prospective members, and make the necessary changes that they're telling you they want to see.
I'm a big advocate for reaching 80%, having a strong phase one of something, whatever it could be. It could be cleaning or reorganizing a closet in your room. Getting it to 80% or a phase one will really help you knock out and complete tasks a lot quicker. It takes a little bit of the pressure off, and it also helps you move forward with something. And again, launching is the most important thing. So editing and cutting back can help you get to the phase one version of whatever task or thing you're trying to put out there for the world. So don't be afraid or ashamed of 80%, and don't let a perfect be the enemy of good, as they say.
So one of our previous webinars, we discussed the value of early member feedback and how to go about getting that. So I'll post a link here in the chat linking to our previous tip of the week, why you need early user feedback, the value of early member feedback, why every membership program needs a beta launch. We dive a little bit into the benefits of having a beta launch, how to actually roll one out. I know that could be a little confusing, kind of not knowing where to start with that. So we dive a little bit into that as well. This could be a great resource if you're just starting out with your website. And if your website hasn't gotten off the ground yet and you're not exactly sure why, a simple change in mindset could be all you need. A website, like any venture, as long as the goal is to generate revenue, then you should be treating your website as a business. And so we've come up with this fundamental 4, which are 4 things you should do to effectively run a membership website. And that's bring awareness to your product, convince prospects to buy. Once they are convinced, then to actually be able to convert them into members. And then, of course, to deliver on their expectations in order to maintain them as paying members on your website. So the goal here is to adopt a business mindset in order to grow your website. So number 1, bringing awareness to your product. The most important thing is to target the right group of people and not to wait for them to find us, but to actually get out in front of them and show up where they already are. So a really easy way to do this is to target them on social media. If we have a target demographic, a certain type of member who we want to register on our website as a member, who our entire community is built around, they're probably interacting on a specific social network. LinkedIn is very popular for professionals or business-oriented individuals or industries. Instagram for maybe designers, the fitness industry, things like that. So these different industries and these different target demographics tend to spend the majority of their time in one area online. So if you can get into that space and get out in front of them, that would be a huge benefit to you. It might not be an entire platform itself. Facebook has a lot of groups and pages now. If you can join a specific group of people who may be perfect for your website, then maybe you want to join that group and get out in front of them that way. Some industries work better on a local level, not necessarily online. So if that's the case, maybe you want to go down and join a trade show or go to a conference or any other sort of event and spread the word that way. We had Corey Barnes on a couple webinars, and that's worked really well for him. I believe he was in the Chattanooga area, and spreading the word about his membership community, both online in Facebook groups, but also in person, was a great way for him to bring new members in, but also really form a strong sense of community with those members. Another great way to bring people in is to demonstrate your authority in whatever industry that you may be in. So you can do this by sharing ideas, solutions, advice, helpful pieces of content online, whatever it may be, to build trust with people who may not be aware of who you are, who your website is yet. But if they're receiving valuable information from you for free, that might be an easy way to kind of hook them in and then get them to sign up to one of your membership plans eventually. And lastly, you can always connect with influential industry leaders, influencers. They typically have a large following of people who trust them. So you might want to start with the smaller fish. In this case, if your website's brand new and you don't have much social proof behind you yet, but this would be a great way to kind of piggyback off of somebody who already has an established following and has credibility and has built trust with their followers.
Something I really like on this list, 2 things: the demonstrate your authority by focusing on sharing ideas. People don't want to be sold to. They want to be inspired and enlightened. And the best way to do that is, again, to share your ideas and why you know the information that they're after and how they can look at you as a beacon of information for that industry or the community you're serving. And then the second thing, what David said about connecting with influential industry leaders. Yeah, if you're starting out, you probably don't want to go after the A-listers. You might want to go after the C or B-listers right now who are also up and coming. They'll be more approachable. They'll probably respond to messages, and they're probably just as hungry as you are to gain some traction, rub 2 pennies together to make a nickel, whatever the saying is, and to grow. So connecting with influencers or influential industry leaders that are not the A-listers just yet might be a better way to get your foot in the door and to work together with them.
Absolutely. So moving on to number 2, once we have cultivated some awareness and we brought people to our website, then how do we actually convince them to buy? So prospective members, they need to know that they're going to see results. If we're trying to make money from them, we're asking them to pay us for some sort of service or product, they need to be getting something out of it. Their money needs to be worth something. We can help build that trust and credibility with these prospects by addressing their possible concerns and doubts. This goes back into wholly understanding what our target demographics, concerns, needs are, and what solutions we can provide them with. And then an important thing is providing social proof. We've mentioned this in several webinars in the past. If you already have some members signed up on your site, you can ask them for reviews or testimonials, and you can sprinkle those throughout your website. You can place one in a sidebar on one of your checkout pages or sign-up pages. You can place them right on your pricing page as well, where you're listing all your different membership plans. So there's a few areas on your website where you can sprinkle testimonials and case studies so that people understand that your solution, your product, your service is working for other people similar to them. You can also provide live demos or video tutorials, something as simple as recording your screen, showing them how your website works, what's offered within your membership community. Just hearing somebody's voice is a huge selling point. It lets them know that there actually are people on the other end of the website managing it, running it, making sure everything goes smoothly, and who care about their members. So that could be a huge boost for you. If you don't want to have an actual video where you're talking to a camera and everything, a simple screen recording would be fine. If there are competitors in your industry, similar websites or similar membership communities, you can always compare to them and place that comparison right on your website. Make it known what features you have that they don't, or what benefits you have that they don't. Maybe you're undercutting them on the price. Whatever you can do to either siphon off members into your community or just attract them over to you instead of your competitor. It's important to mention that on your website. You can also offer consultations. This might not be worth it if your membership plans have a very low price, then it might not be a great return on investment for you. But if you have moderately priced membership plans, or your target demographic or some sort of professionals, maybe a directory for attorneys or medical professionals, then maybe you can take the time, do 15-minute, 30-minute phone consultation with them, get them on the phone, let them know what it is your membership community is offering, what solutions you can provide them, and how you can benefit them. And the biggest thing here is to focus on building a community. People want to be part of something bigger than just themselves. So maybe you might also want to have a community like on Facebook. Similar to what we do, our Facebook community now has over 5,000 membership website owners in there. And it's a great way to cultivate a community of like-minded individuals. So that might be something you might want to explore. Summing this entire slide up would be that you want to cultivate some sense of FOMO. You want people to have a sense of fear of missing out if they're not signing up on your website. So that really goes into understanding what your target demographic wants and needs and what solutions you can provide to them, and making it clear that if they don't join your membership community, they're going to be missing out on something, whatever it may be.
Yeah, I like that one the most. Besides everything they're going to get, and by the way, when you're trying to convince prospects to buy, listing off 100 features can be, one, overwhelming, and two, kind of lose the key focus of the benefits of joining, of how their lives or their businesses are going to improve with the specific access to information or features that you're going to deliver to them. But more importantly than what users are going to receive, we have to explain to them what they're missing out on and what they stand to lose by not joining a community or getting involved, and I like this number 3 here, testimonials and case studies, is showing how others are thriving and benefiting from the solution. That's what we call social proof. When you show others how people in your community are loving your solution, loving the service that you're providing. So yeah, this is a really good slide, David. And just for fun, because I like to do this, I guess one of our competitors, Wild Apricot, they have us on a comparison chart, and I've done it in a few webinars in the past. Normally, a company wouldn't do this, going and showing for us to show a competitor, but they're more of a colleague. But under their pricing, they have Wild Apricot versus competitors, and I figure it's out of fear because they actually like our product so much, so kind of take it as a compliment. They have Brilliant Directories way down here with regards to low functionality. So they're trying to, anyone who's trying to compare us, they're trying to kick us out of their mind. But here's a comparison chart, and look at the way top there, Wild Apricot. God bless them. They are the best solution at the lowest price with the most functionality. So they also do, this is a comparison chart. You can also do a checklist. But again, with the community, you're not really comparing yourself to competitors. You're it's not like a software or something like that, but just to give you an idea of how some others have done it. All right, moving on. Always fun to do that one.
Great stuff there. So once we're able to convince prospective members that we have a solution for them and that they do stand to lose something if they don't join our membership community, then we actually need to convert them into members. So we want to make the sign-up process as seamless, as easy, as fast as possible. Most of the hard work has already been done for you with the Brilliant Directories platform. The sign-up pages are automatically created when your membership plans are. But we still want to reduce sign-up friction. When we say sign-up friction, we did a webinar not too long ago specifically on this. But you don't want to make your prospects jump through a lot of hoops in order to actually get signed up. We don't want to ask them for a lot of information right up front. We just want to allow them to create their account, and then they can add their information. As long as we get them through the door initially, then we can start making sure that they're filling out their profile and all that sort of stuff. But we want to make the actual initial sign-up process as fast and easy as possible. We also want to make it easy to understand our membership in our pricing plans. Part of this is not offering a slew of membership plans. Some websites might offer 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different membership plans. And at that point, it can get really confusing and difficult to compare the features and benefits within each plan. It's almost like going to a restaurant. Cheesecake Factory comes to mind when you have a menu that's a dozen pages long. It can make it really difficult to eventually decide on what dish you want to order. So to start, at least, you might just want to have maybe 3 membership plans, a free general user one, and then maybe 2 premium plans that you charge for. Again, this really does depend on your target demographic and your target industry, but 3 initially, at least to start, does tend to be kind of a happy medium there. And another thing you can do is, if you're just starting out, is offer some special early bird pricing or benefits to get people signed up. You can make this very apparent on your pricing page. You can add a message in your website's header. If you're active on social media, you can make social media posts and add some exclusivity to it. Let people know that the time is limited, that you're not going to be running this promotion forever. Maybe you're doing 50% off or 75% off of memberships for the next 60 days or something like that. So that could be an easy way to get people in the door quickly. And again, that creates a sense of FOMO where they don't want to miss out on any special promotions or deals that they might be able to get and save money on if they are kind of on the fence or kind of already even sold on your community. Providing them with that special early bird discount might be an easy way to kind of get them across that finish line. And one last option, we haven't talked about this in too long, but you can implement a live chat feature on your website, whether it's Facebook Messenger or a solution like live chat, which is what we actually use on the BD site. You might not want to include the live chat on every page on your website. You might only want to utilize it for prospective members. And so in that case, you might want to have it only show on your pricing page. So that might be one thing you can do. You can just leave the chat software open on your computer during the day. If anybody comes along your pricing page, your join page, and they have any questions and they see you online, maybe they'll initiate a live chat, or you can even initiate a live chat with them. Ask them if they have any questions. Again, this lets them know that there's people behind the scenes who really do care about the community, want it to succeed, want their members to succeed, and that could be a great way to really get off on the right foot with new members. So be sure that they understand what they're going to get when they sign up on your website and what to expect after signing up, which leads us into tip number 4, which is to deliver on expectations. Now, there's nothing wrong with under-promising and over-delivering. Everybody likes a surprise. So your new members are signed up now. The goal is to actually keep them signed up on our website, keep them happy, and for us to keep delivering on the promises we made during that process when we were convincing them that we did have a solution for them. So setting expectations is important every step of the way, from the time they first initially visit our website or see us on social media to long after they actually sign up and purchase a membership plan with us. We want to make sure that they know what to expect from our website, our service, our community, and that we can actually deliver on that. One of the things we can do to help facilitate this is to have introductory and training videos. If one of the benefits of your membership community is community-generated content, where you're allowing your members to publish different pieces of content on your website, you might want to do a quick screen recording, embed it in their member dashboard, so as soon as they log in, they see the video that shows them how to actually go about publishing content. That's a great way to get people started quickly, immediately after they sign up. You can also create custom thank you pages and emails after somebody purchases a membership plan. We do have the default welcome email that somebody receives after they purchase a membership plan, but you should definitely go in there, customize that email template, personalize it, make it more applicable to your target audience. The default one that's there on your website is great to get started, but it is generic. So if you can tweak that a little bit and make it more applicable and appealing to your new members, that would be a great thing to do. You can also, in that email or in a separate email if you'd like, ask them if they need a helping hand getting started. Maybe they have some initial questions now that they actually have signed up. Maybe they're not sure how to do something or where something is, or maybe they're confused about, they thought they were going to get something when they signed up, but now they're not sure about it. So you might want to be proactive and address any initial concerns they have. Maybe it's something super simple where if they weren't able to get a hold of you, they might just cancel their account, which isn't good for us, obviously. But if we're proactive and we ask them if they have any questions and we open that door to those questions and we're given the opportunity to address them, that might save a potential cancellation. At the very least, it would make the new member happy knowing that we're always here to address any concerns that they have. And then obviously we want to show our appreciation. At different periods, we might want to offer free upgrades. If somebody comes to us with a complaint, we want to take that as an opportunity to show them how much we care about them, how much we value our members. So if somebody comes to us with a complaint, maybe we can upgrade their membership or provide them with a couple other benefits, whatever it might be, something that they didn't expect. Again, under-promising and over-delivering is never something bad to do. So those are our 4 tips to effectively run a membership website. They are pretty basic, but we thought we would kind of take it back to the ground level here and address some of these basic elements of running and managing a membership website from the first day to once you're already building and growing your community. And as a bonus, one of our previous webinars was 5 daily tasks that membership website owners need to take in order to keep their website growing. This was a great tip of the week that we had. We gave a 5-item list of maybe not daily tasks, but certainly weekly tasks to do in order to maintain a pulse on your website, keep your community active. This was a common question that we would get from membership website owners. So we wanted to address it in a webinar, and we did so. So this would be a great one to check out if you have the time.
And just to recap those 4, the fundamental 4, bring awareness to your product, convince prospects to buy, convert prospects into members. So we want to reduce friction, make the decision-making process easy for them. And then lastly, we want to deliver on expectations and give them a satisfactory experience after they're joining our community. Thank you so much, David, for this. But what we'll do now is we'll take a few questions here. So Brian is the sharpshooter here. Brian, I'll unmute your microphone.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, how you doing today, Brian?
Pretty good, and you?
Pretty good. Thanks for joining the webinar. What question do you have for us today?
I just have like a request for like a future update. If I can show you.
Sure.
It's in the admin section.
All right.
So if you go to settings, and then go to admin accounts, and then if you go to create like a new administrator.
Okay.
On this form here, in the password section, do you see where it says generate password?
Right.
It'd be nice if you had something like that, like when you were going to create a new member in the admin as well. And
absolutely. That's a great suggestion. All right. Thank you very much. That's a good one. Thank you, Brian.
All right. Thank you.
All right, good suggestion there. 2 good suggestions in the webinar today. All right, let's see if anyone else has their hand up here. Yep. Let's go with William.
Hey. Thank you very much. This is a real basic question. It's been a minute since I've been into the directory,
Okay.
but things have changed so much. So since there's so many things that have changed, and when someone makes changes, like say, for example, to the homepage, do you need to, when you go into the edit view or the edit admin view, is that a quick way to access certain parts of the website so you can make changes? Hopefully I'm making sense.
Yes, that is making sense. So what you're referring to is when you click on the visit website link here, and then the system knows that you're an administrator looking at your site, and what you're referring to is the Show Widgets module.
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay. So this is a good tool for developers and web designers. Most of us don't need to do this method. For example, we could see the header left area is coded here. I'll just go ahead here and click it. I would recommend. So let's see. We can actually customize this if we wanted to. Again, see what we're seeing here is the code logic that makes that area of the page render the way that it does. So again, this isn't for everyone. What I would recommend is if you're unable to find something in the design settings or the edit post settings, I'd first email the support team or ask in the Facebook group, like, hey, where do I change this or how can I modify this? It might be that you do need to edit the widget or do a small change to this if there isn't an explicit setting for it. But I would try the design settings first, or the edit post settings are 2 pretty popular areas to control some of the default areas of your site beyond what you do in the web page builder, which is building out custom pages.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, good question there, William. Thank you. All right, we got time for a couple more questions here. Good friend Terry. Terry, looks like you're self-muted on your end.
Okay. Hi, Jason. Can you hear me?
Can hear you loud and clear, Terry. Yes. How are you doing today?
Great, mate. Great. Look, it's more about a feature update. With the multi-member add-on, when a parent account creates a sub-account, the sub-account has the same publishing permissions as the parent account, except, of course, to be able to publish further sub-accounts. I was just wondering if you could put it on your future list where a parent is creating a sub-account, they can actually give the sub-account different publishing permissions to the main parent account, if that makes sense.
Right. So they could limit publishing permissions and add no more permissions than the parent account has themselves.
Correct. Yes. Because you might want the parent account to be able to say make blog posts, but they don't want their sub accounts to have that same ability. That type of a thing.
That's an interesting one. I'll bring it up to the team, see what we can do with that. First time I'm hearing that, but I understand what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, we'll bring it up to the team, see what we can do with that, Terry.
Thank you, Jason.
Cheers.
See you, mate.
Cheers. Thank you. All right, good stuff there. All right, guys, I think that'll do it for us for the webinar today. I see a couple hands up. We're just about out of time. If I didn't get to your question, please ask it in the Facebook group. You can head on over to brilliantdirectories.com/Facebook. Great way to keep the conversations going there. The next webinar, everyone, will be in 2 weeks. So we look forward to seeing you there. And fantastic webinar, really fun, great questions, great suggestions here. So we'll see you in 2 weeks. On behalf of myself, David, and the entire Brilliant Directories family, thank you guys so much for joining us today. Have a great day and a brilliant week. We will see you soon. Take care.